an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. KAILASA's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivoham, KAILASA has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of KAILASA is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people.
Nithyanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvadidam Gaganasarisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavadidam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, everyone, and welcome. Welcome after this powerful darshan and revelation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where Swamiji revealed how AI is going to take over the world and how the whole KAILASA is going to run by AI. So, with this, we'd like to share one opportunity, one great news that next season of PSS, the Paramashivoham program is going to happen in Saint Kitts and Nevis. So all of you are welcome, invited on this beautiful journey of the Paramashivoham. With this, let's get ready for the power manifestation. We, the Acharyas, would be sharing an image on your screen, and through the power of third eye, let's see what is being revealed to you, what Paramashiva reveals to you. So let's begin this manifestation. You can sit with your head, neck, spine, and straight line, and requesting everyone to please cover your eyes. Please go ahead, cover your eyes now. And requesting everyone with cameras off, please switch on your cameras, be available, and let's enter into this manifestation. Just sit and connect with Swamiji. That's all. And simply unclutch. The moment you connect with Swamiji, you fall into the space of unclutching.
Remember Swamiji and all the sweet memories, all the powerful cognitions you receive from Swamiji, and be centered on the Anandagandha. Drop all your false identities, all your worries, delusion. Do not connect the past with the present. Do not dream about the future. Just be in the present and relax. Understand your real identity is you are Paramashiva. You are Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Any other identity is delusion. Just drop it. For all the participants who are just joining us, please tie your eye bands and get ready for the power manifestation. Bring your attention to the Anandagandha region and let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now, bring your attention to the third eye region and look through the third eye. The image is projected. Let's start.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda
So please relax. Open your eye bands and slowly open your eyes. You can now start sharing what was revealed by Paramashiva through your third eye. Yes, all the participants, you can please open your eye bands and slowly open your eyes. You can relax. Please start sharing what was revealed by Paramashiva. Yes, so we have some sharings coming already. So Jeremy Aya is sharing. Yes, okay. We'll wait for it to be completed.
Next, Jamia says, immediately I saw water fountain in the middle, like circular water fountain for decoration. Really pretty.
Thank you for sharing, Aya. Manitya Prema Thavasi is sharing. Temple premises, lots of food, table, empty photo frame. Thank you for sharing, Ma.
Manisha Ganesha, Swamiji shows Dakshinamurti, primordial guru on the top and road paved going down. Thank you, Ma, for sharing. Just in a few moments, we'll be revealing, bringing back the picture once again on the screen. So yes, this is the image that we had projected.
So you can see a beautiful natural environment. There's a big lake, a person standing on a cliff, celebrating and expressing his joy. You can see the mountains, snow-capped mountains, and beautiful lake, mountains, greenery, clouds. It's a really beautiful picture. Yes. So Jeremiah had shared in the middle like a circular water fountain. And yes, we have a big circular lake, not a fountain, but a lake. So that part is very precise. So thank you for sharing, Aya.
And Premadachi shares temple premises, lots of food, table, empty photo frame. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. This is how the Paramashivoham is revealing to you to celebrate your manifestation. Mahanisha Guna shares, now we share Dakshinamurti Primordial Guru on the top, road paved down. Thank you. Thank you, Maha, for sharing.
Yes.
All right. So thank you all for manifesting, being a part of the power manifestation with this. Let's move on with the next revelation by Swamiji, which is going to be on depression to expression. Yes. In our life, most time, whether we are successful, we are not successful, in any ways or at any moment of our time, some kind of depression we face. How we can move from depression to success? Let's move to the revelation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as he reveals on this.
As long as it is flowing, it is a river, expression. When it stops moving, depression. In our life also, as long as your mental thinking, your energy is just flowing, it's just moving without being stopped either by the greed or by the fear. Attachment makes you stop and fear makes you stop. Attachment and the fear. These are the two things makes your life dull. You may think, how can you say Swami, attachment only makes our life more joyful? It is never the attachment. If you have the attachment, you can never enjoy anything. You can never enjoy if you are attached to something. Because if you are attached, you will only try to preserve or protect, never enjoy it. To enjoy, to live it, you need to let go. Only when you let go the things, you can really live the things. Only when you have the courage to live, you will have the courage to live. Most of us don't express ourselves, don't give our love, because we are afraid one day we may be cheated. One day we may be exploited. One day he may take himself back. She may move away from us. The fear that he may move away from us, she may take herself back, makes us not to open our hand, open our heart too much. Even in your relationship, even in your love, you are very careful, very calculative. You see, you try your best not to open up too much. The fear that he may move, she may take away herself from you, makes you not to open. The attachment, the very root of the attachment is nothing but the fear. The attachment is the idea which never lets you flow as you are. It never lets you to change your life. It never lets you to flow with existence. Whenever seed dies, whenever your desires die, your attachment dies, you move or you become a new person. Your next dimension opens. Your attachment to the dolls and toys should die for you to grow. Unless those attachments are dead, how your attachment to all cars, not cars, how can you grow to the level of getting attached to a real car? When you let go your attachments with the doll, you can grow to the level of getting attached to the real thing. When you let go, go one step further. Steps after letting go or letting not dominate attachment by the attachment. Not a way to express yourself. You come upon a new creative thing. Your life is flooded by creativity. As on now, because of our attachment and the fear, when I say attachment, I don't mean only the physical things. Attachment to your concepts, attachment to your judgments, attachment to your ideologies. Even those things makes you very dull and depressed. Most of the time, we carry others' opinions, others' ideologies, others' philosophies on our head. Small story. One are the people who suffer the most on the planet Earth. Philosophers never put hell, because they are already in hell. The philosopher, he wants to repair his shoes. He ran to a cobbler who repairs his shoes. He asked him, "Can you repair my shoes? I have to go out and repair my shoes." Cobbler, the saint, the Zen master. He said, "I can barely repair it and give you, but it takes at least half an hour." Philosopher said, No, I have to go urgently, do something immediately. Then master said, "Alright, then wear the another pair of shoes." He gave another pair of shoes. Told, "Wear this pair, go to your lecture and come back. By the time you come back, I'll keep your shoes ready. Your shoes will be ready. You can have them back." The man got terribly angry. And you can see one more symptom of philosopher's ego. That man got totally angry. What? How can you say, how can you tell me to wear somebody else's shoes? Master said, "Fool." carry so many questions, ideas, and thoughts. Why not somebody else's shoes on your legs? This is much better than that. Most of the time, we carry everybody's ideas on our head. Others' ideology, prejudices on our head. We get attached to the ideology and concepts. It's a beautiful saying by a Western philosopher. You cannot step into the same river twice. Because next time when you step, the river has changed. The water has changed. It is not the same water. It is not the same river. You may be stepping from the same ghat, same steps, but never into the same river. Because it is always new. Every second the river is new. That is why they say you cannot step into the same river twice. But I tell you, you cannot even step into the same river once. How? By the time you put your steps into the water, by the time it reaches the ground, the water has changed. By the time your leg reaches the ground or the sand in the river, the water has changed. So not only twice, you cannot step into the river even once. Just like a river, life is changing moment to moment. But you hold on to your ideologies, your concepts, your prejudices about the situation, about the person. About the situation and about the persons. You have your own idea about the persons. You have your own idea about the situation. You have your own idea about everything. You think this person means he will act like this only. That person means he will react like this only. There is every chance he must have changed. He might have been transformed. But we never respect others' transformation. And not only the others change, even you change many times. Yesterday you may be the person with full of anger and vengeance. Today something would have happened to you. There is every possibility your inner personality must have changed. But because you don't believe the transformation can happen to you, because you don't trust the transformation is possible to you, because you never feel or trust the transformation or the growth can happen to you, you bring the same mental setup, you bring the same type of reaction, you take the same type of decisions. That today you need a person anger. That is today there is a chance you have learned but if you don't trust your inner consciousness, you don't let go your decisions, you don't change your choices, because you don't trust that growth can happen to you, transformation can happen to you. Today when somebody criticizes, again unconsciously you choose the same decision which you did yesterday. Will come and ask me, Swamiji, what you say sounds so nice to us. We feel every word from your mouth is a truth. It's ultimate truth. But we are stuck, we are not able to practice. Especially these so-called Vedantic students. If you want to see the schizophrenic people, go and see the Vedantic students. Vedantic students are nothing but schizophrenic. The head pulls one side, heart pulls the other side. They are always in dilemma. Problem. I've seen many Vedantic students, they come and tell me, Swamiji, I understand all the truth, but in practical life, I'm not able to put it. I'm not able to have experientially. What can I do, Swami? What should I do? When you say, I understand, I'm not able to put into practical life, somewhere you miss. Understand one thing. Do you say, I understand the fire will burn, but Swamiji, I'm not able to resist putting my hands into the fire? You never say that. When you understand the fire will burn, automatically you keep yourself out. Even if you are touched by the fire, you run. When you follow that, why not this? First thing, there is some serious problem in your understanding. You may not have understood, but you may be posting yourself that you have understood. Next thing, after understanding some new concept, let go your old ideologies. Don't have attachment to your past decisions. Don't have attachment in the way you which lived. You have an old mental setup. You have old mental conditioning, way of reacting to the situations, way of reacting to the persons, way of reacting to the life. Your attachment to those ways of reacting to the persons, to those ways of reacting to the situations, to those ways of reacting to the life, never lets you enter into the new understanding. When you let go your old ways of reacting, your old ways of choices, when you are not attached to your old ways, to your old choices, when you let go, you'll end up with a new understanding. Any seed which decides to die only can become tree. Deciding to sprout means deciding to die. All pathfinders are path breakers. When you decide to sprout, you decide to die. Only when you decide to die as an old person, you will decide to be born as a new person, new being. Most of the time, our attachment to the concepts, to the ideologies, to the philosophies makes us not to move ahead. That is the major obstruction which makes your personality from river to the pool, from expression to depression. Depression is nothing but the mood or the mind which does not flow with the life. It is nothing but the energy of your being not able to cope up with the reality. You have two things, the imaginary life and the real life. When your imaginary being, when your concept about yourself or your concept with which you live, your decision with which you face your life, all these things, when they are not able to cope up with reality, you fall in depression. Whenever your being does not meet the real life, you fall in depression. The conflict between the real life and your being, the reality and your imagination is what I call depression. Whenever you are in conflict, you are in depression. Depression can be used as a beautiful meditation. In Tantra, they say that the beautiful teaching set a teaching. attributed to Shiva, which is written 5000 years ago. The full name of it is called Mahanirvana Tantra, the way to attain the eternal liberation. Tantra means technique, Nirvana means liberation, Mahanirvana means eternal liberation or ultimate liberation. The ultimate liberation, way to ultimate liberation, the technique to ultimate liberation. There is a beautiful sloka. Whenever your mind falls in depression, don't resist with it. By resisting, again you will be creating one more imagination how you should be. I've always seen worry is one problem. People start worrying about the worries. You come and tell me, Swamiji, I have too many worries, what can I do? They make one more worry out of the worries. Now, as on now, if you have 10 problems, the one more problem, 11th problem, you have so many worries. 11th problem is created by the idea that you have too many worries. Fighting with worries or resisting the worries only going to create one more worry. Again, that becomes one more stone, one more rock which stops your growth. If you are worrying, they say the worry can be used simply as a technique to reach yourself. Actually, in depression, you are more solid than in joy. So if you can use the depression as the path, you can reach your being. In depression, you can actually touch your being. Depression can become an experience of peace in you. Whenever you want the aloneness, whenever your inner being wants little rest from your regular activities, it sends you the message. That message only is read as a depression by you. It just wants to rewind. It just wants to rest for few days or for few minutes or for few hours. But by the society, the conditioning of the society has taught you rest or relaxing means something wrong. You have an idea, you have a deep condemnation against resting or laziness. Society never wants you to rest. Society wants you to run, because only then it can use you. For the sake of utility of the society, it has created a deep guilt in you about the rewinding or the resting process. Even when you rest just to run, not for the sake of enjoying the rest. All your vacation, you take the vacation just to run again. Even at the time of vacation, you are expecting when it will end, when I can start running again. You are just waiting to run. The gap between two wars can never be called as peace. It is preparation for the other war. War, preparation for the other war, war. Gap between two wars can never be called as peace. Just like that. Your vacation can never be called as vacation. It is just the gap between two wars. You are preparing again to wage the war. That is why even in your vacations, you don't rest. You don't relax. Inside your mechanism, inside your system, you have a deep hatred towards resting, towards relaxing, towards laziness. The very word laziness has got some condemnation in it. Your mental setup has become such. You resist your need for aloneness. You resist your being's request for its own space. Your being needs its own space. Your being needs a little bit of aloneness. But your resistance to give aloneness, your resistance to give space for your being only creates depression. When you resist, being starts taking away, being starts rewinding itself, being starts shrinking from your mind. Your being getting shrunk from your own being. Part of your being is just rewinding from your activities, your regular day-to-day routine. That is what you call depression. Again, you start fighting with it. Fighting makes the depression much worse. Depression is like a black hole. If you don't resist and enter into it, it can create Big Bang. If you resist, never think you are not going to be taken inside. You will be sucked inside beyond your resistance. Whenever you resist, depression is like a death. As long as you resist, depression is a death. When you just allow it to happen, it just regenerates you totally. It regenerates you. There is a beautiful meditation technique they give in Tantra. When somebody is depressed, they tell him to meditate on blackness, not darkness, blackness. There is a difference between darkness and blackness. Darkness is the lightlessness. Blackness is the vibrant, vital darkness. Darkness is the negative aspect of blackness. Blackness is the positive aspect of darkness. We know only one thing. Black means it is dark, that's all. We do not know something like positive darkness. There is something positive darkness. That is what they call causal body. Darkness means shunya. Blackness means purna. Darkness means the lightlessness. It's nothing. Blackness means which is totality, whole. It can be explained in this way. Blackness is the blackness of the womb from which you are born. Darkness is darkness of the death in which you get lost. But ultimately, both meet and merge in one point. If you relax into the darkness, it becomes blackness. It regenerates you. If you relax into the sleep, next day morning you are fresh to live your one day life, one more day. If you don't relax into the sleep, even in the sleep you will be continuously resisting with your being. The resistance with your being is only called nightmare. Even in the sleep, you don't relax with yourself. You just want to jump here, there, here, there. Even in the time of sleeping, when you don't rest with yourself, you face nightmares. When you go deep with your darkness of sleeping, you enter into such a deep blackness. The space in which your being is regenerated. Next day morning, again you are fresh. Tantra says, when you come out of your sushupti, sleep, you should be fresh just like birds and animals. Have you seen any bird morose, tired after the sleep? As soon as morning it wakes up, you can see the birds chirping and the calf just running around, the mother, cow, dog, it will just go and check its boundary. Even the street dogs, early morning as soon as they get up, they wake up, they will go around and check their boundary, whether others have intruded, whether their boundaries are safe or not. Cat, as soon as they woke up, they just stretch the whole body. In Hatha Yoga, there is an exercise called cat stretch. As soon as they wake up from the bed, they will stretch the whole body. The whole nervous system will be alive. Human being is the only animal who turns as soon as he wakes up from the sleep. As soon as we wake up from the sleep, what we do? Turn and pull the blanket. Human being is the only animal who is tired of taking rest. No other animal feels tired after taking rest. We are the only animal who feel tired of taking rest. Why? Because even in deep sushupti, we don't rest. We condemn darkness. Our resistance to die never lets us relax. Our resistance to let go, our attachments to the wakeful state never lets you fall into the deep sleep. That is what you see in the name of dreams or in the nightmares. Whenever you are caught by attachments, you see dreams. Whenever you are caught by fears, you see nightmares. Fears and attachment, they both are the main reason which doesn't let you to flow into the darkness. If you know how to flow into the darkness, you will be able to have a deep possible sleep. Whenever you have the deepest possible sleep, your deep sleep regenerates you totally. If you have the deep quality of sleep, your wakeful state also will be in a different quality. If you don't have night dreaming, you will not have daydreaming. Because daydreaming and night dreaming are very closely related. They are very closely connected. Whenever the quality of your sleep increases, the quality of wakeful state also increases. Jagrata and Sushupti are very closely related. The Swapna is the thing which makes Jagrat also off and Sushupti also off. In Jagrat also you are off. In Swapna also you are off. In Sushupti also you are off. Swapna means dreaming. Dreaming is nothing but greed and the fear. Dreaming is nothing but your attachments and the fears. Attachments and the fears are the root of dreamings. If you are greedy of the future, you are attached to greed. If you are afraid of the future, you are attached to fear. Fear and the greed are the two major reasons never lets you fall into the deep state of your being. Whenever your quality of sleep increases, whenever you enter into the Sushupti directly, whenever you don't have the dream between the Jagrat and Sushupti, you reach a new state called Jagrat Sushupti. As long as the dream is there in between, the Jagrat and Sushupti stays apart. Both are contaminated. When the dream is taken out, Jagrat and Sushupti gets united. In Jagrat also you will be total. In Sushupti also you will be total. Jagrat Sushupti is what we call Turiya, the fourth state. Then whole 24 hours you are just flowing. Turiya means don't think. That is a different kind of state. We have a great fear towards these words, and especially these Vedantic teachers and preachers. They have spoiled the whole spirituality by giving two big meanings to these words, making them as impractical as possible. The very words makes us frightened. That is why I never use these words. Very rarely I use these Sanskrit words. Turiya, Atman, Paramatman, Nirvana. All these words I try my best to avoid because they are totally contaminated, loaded with unnecessary meanings. Instead of giving a direct explanation, they have been loaded by too much of unnecessary meanings. Tell you the simple understanding, simple way of flowing with your thoughts. When you live, live totally. When you leave, leave totally. This is a simple method to taste Turiya directly. When you live totally without dreams, you will taste Turiya. When you live totally without dreams, again you will taste Turiya. Daydreaming and night dreaming are the only opposites, only enemies for Turiya. Once you throw away the guilt. Today morning, I had been to a devotee's house. He was asking me the same question, the same subject. How do we balance the outer world and the inner world? How much I am supposed to work and how much I am supposed to be in spiritual activity? I told him, as long as you try to balance, reconcile, you will be in conflict. The very idea, both are contradictory, is the contradictory in you. The very idea is wrong. Very idea that living and leaving are two contradictory things only creates trouble. When you live, you carry a guilt. Oh, I am supposed to leave. I am supposed to attached only to the God. I am supposed to be a divine. I am living all these desires. What will I do? When will I grow? You carry a guilt. When you leave, again you carry a hangover of desire. I have not lived. I have not done that. I have not enjoyed this. I have not enjoyed that. How can I leave? You see, I am having so much of desires. I am being pulled towards it. What will I do? When you leave also, you carry desire. When you live, you carry guilt. Carrying guilt and carrying desire never lets you live or leave totally. Any experience which is not fulfilled in your being, half fulfilled or unfulfilled, whether it's a desire or fear or greed or lust or anger, anything, when it is unfulfilled, that just pulls you back to fulfill itself. Unfulfilled experiences have got a tremendous power, force, capacity to call you back, to pull you back to fulfill itself. Because you are fulfillment. Your basic nature is Purna. Your basic quality is fulfillment. You cannot have anything which is unfulfilled. So any desire, any emotion, any sanskar, any karma which is unfulfilled, any experience which is unfulfilled in your being, pulls you back, calls you back to fulfill itself. Anything which calls you back to fulfill itself is called as karma.
A powerful revelation. Anything that pulls you back, whether it is your desire, any emotions, any emotions that is not fulfilled, pulls you back. That's how we take birth again and again to fulfill. Because originally, by our nature, we are fulfillment. So unless we are fulfilled, we come back again and again to fulfill ourselves. That is what is karma. So with this powerful revelations, we'll be now closing the day. And just remember this powerful cognition to be fulfilled all the time. For this, Swamiji has given so many techniques, whether it is completion, whether it is unclutching. So let's bring our hands in Asana. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashivoham Level Om
Nithyanandam.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.